It's time to start exploring a bit into the Dubai royal family tree. The Emir of Dubai and his son Fazza, who has been the crown prince since 2008, are both extremely popular not only among the UAE citizens, but also among the people of other nations around the world. Emiratis love them and cherish their effort for the development of Dubai and the UAE. Despite their popularity, many people outside of the country know little about this royal family besides the fact that they are extremely rich. Let's take a look at the 10 most expensive things owned by the Dubai royal family. 10. The world's most expensive camel, worth $2.7 million. Now, if you had almost an unlimited amount of money in the bank, what would you buy? Fazza bought something so unusual you almost wouldn't believe it. You have to really love camels to go out and buy the most expensive one in the world. He loves camels so much that he paid $2.7 million for one. But this wasn't just an ordinary camel. Of course it wasn't. This camel, which you're thinking must have been something truly special, maybe like the lost descendant of the royal camel bloodline, actually won a camel beauty contest. It's true! Out of a pool of more than 17,000 camels, this camel was determined to be the best-looking humpback giraffe. It is handsome, don't you think? In the competition, the owners of the 3 winning camels split a $2 million prize, but only one camel won the heart and the wallet of Fazza. That's a good day for the owner of the camel. He won $666,000 in prize money and then got an additional $2.7 million from Fazza. 9. Buying an entire tank fleet, worth $500,000 each. With more than 1,500 HP and traveling speeds of about 60 mph, ripshot tanks are wild beasts of machinery. The brothers who designed the tanks have sold many to the US Army, but they also sell them privately, particularly to billionaires looking to have some fun. This is where Fazza comes in. Since the baseline price for these tanks are only $500,000, the Prince of Dubai decided to buy an entire fleet of them. When you consider that there's a massive amount of customization available with these tanks, customization that greatly increases the cost, we have to wonder how much Fazza paid in the end. Sadly, that information is not available. We also don't know what Fazza needs these tanks for, but we're betting it's more for play than for work. 8. Amphibious car fleet, worth $800,000. Californian automaker Watercar has been designing amphibious vehicles for some time now, but it was in the last few years that they really hit their stride. When Prince Fazza caught wind of the car maker's most recent update, the Python, a vehicle which travels more than 80 mph on land and about 45 mph on water, he had to have one. In fact, the prince had to have 6. As an avid outdoorsman, Fazza likely wants to bring some friends and family out to the water to have the type of fun that only amphibious vehicles can offer. Since each of these vehicles cost more than $150,000, the total order price for the huge order was about $800,000. 7. The Hotel Jumeirah Zabil Saray, estimated value $12 billion. It doesn't get more Dubai than this. Located on Dubai's Palm Jumeirah, this extremely luxurious hotel has 363 rooms, the biggest Turkish bath in the Middle East, and bed linen tested by NASA themselves. There's literally no room for subtlety here. This 5-star hotel is utterly remarkable. There are 10 restaurants, 2 bars, and every single room has a Turkish bath big enough for 12 burly rugby players. You wouldn't be able to keep your eyes off the ceilings either, as all over the hotel you will find the biggest and shiniest chandeliers you have ever seen. Although the exact cost of the project isn't known, it is estimated that the completion of the hotel has cost somewhere near $12 billion, which makes it one of the most expensive buildings in an already ridiculously expensive area. Would you like to spend your holiday here? 6. The Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. There are few cars on the planet as rare and exclusive as a Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. In 2014, there were just 9 of these cars produced. Each one costs about $4.5 million. Even though Fazza is not one to show off his cars, he did put some of his vehicles on display for a popular car show. In total, Fazza showcased 6 cars, each one an incredible piece of art. Of all his cars, the Veneno is the one with the highest upfront cost. Because of the prince, fans at the car show were able to get close to the Veneno Roadster, probably for the first and only time in their lives. In case you're wondering, this car has a top speed of 221 mph. It features a 6.5-liter V12 engine and boasts about 750 horsepower. 5. 40 Boeing 787-10 Dreamliners, $15 billion. For the 12th edition of the Dubai Air Show, Fazza and his family came down to tour the wares and see if there were any planes to their liking. There were a few. It wasn't a personal plane they were looking for though. Fazza and his father were looking to improve Dubai's fleet, and improve it they did. They were so pleased with the new Boeing 787-10 Dreamliners that they scooped up 40 of them. This deal, which will help build tourism in Dubai and move tourists along in style, was worth more than $15 billion. The individual list price on these new 330 passenger planes comes in at about $306 million. 4. Canada's most expensive penthouse condo, $25 million. In 2013, Canada experienced its largest ever private real estate transaction. It was for 3 penthouse floors at the Fairmont Pacific Rim Hotel in Vancouver. Although the buyer was left unnamed, we know it was Fazza who made the purchase. He's even stayed in the condos since buying them up. The total transaction was for 3 penthouse floors, with the top floor being the most expensive condo ever built and sold, going for $25 million. Fazza then picked up the 2 sub-penthouse floors below that unit for good measure, probably just for sound insulation. The total price for all 3 was $55 million. While we can't imagine any condo looking like it's worth $25 million, Fazza's Vancouver unit comes real close. This is easily the nicest condo we've ever laid eyes on. 3. Cornering the Falcon Market. This may be the best story we've heard all year. If you forget it after watching it here, you'll probably see the movie about it whenever it comes out. There's a man named Bryn Close. After being homeless as a young man, Bryn moved to Doncaster and started raising birds. Falcons, if we're being specific. Bryn would spend all his money on falcons and raise them to race. Turns out, he had a knack for it. At the latest national tournament, the President's Cup in Abu Dhabi, the 7 fastest birds were all from Bryn. Well, Fazza likes sport and falcons, so he tried to buy Bryn's business for about $15 million. After being turned down, Fazza made Bryn another offer, one he couldn't refuse. Fazza would buy the sole rights to Bryn's birds. Now, Bryn is a multi-millionaire and gets to keep possession of the bird-raising business he built. As a thank you gift, Fazza sent Bryn a $90,000 Range Rover. We don't know what Fazza pays for each bird, but you have to think it was at least comparable to the first $15 million offer. 2. Adding on to the Scottish estate. Value? Yet to be determined. Technically, this estate was purchased by Fazza's father, but we'll allow it because it's said to be Fazza's as well. This enormous estate, which hasn't been built yet, will be set on land already owned by the prince in the Scottish Highlands, more than 63,000 acres. The building will be a 14-bedroom lodge and will be built next to the prince's summer home. The lodge will have all the fixings, including a pool and a massive gym as well. Technically, the lodge will be a hunting lodge and will serve as a yearly base for the prince and his family when they go out to hunt whatever it is that they hunt. It's almost certainly not a hunting lodge like that Gary Busey and Ice-T movie, Surviving the Game, because for the last 20 years, the prince's family has been visiting the Scottish Highlands every year, and the residents and staff have nothing but glowing reviews of the royal family. 1. Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse. The Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse is one of those cars that look like they're made of money. Technically, it kind of is. The $1.7 million price tag attached to the car makes it only accessible to a selected group of people, a group that Fazza fits in very well with. The Bugatti Veyron, which was formerly the fastest street-legal production automobile in the world, is also part of the car collection of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. The Veyron reaches speeds greater than 250 mph and is said to be the fastest open-top production sports car in the world. Now, when Fazza put this car out on display, you would think it would be the star of the show, but next to his other incredible cars, the Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse becomes part of a larger ensemble. It's hard to say for sure, but we think Fazza might have the best, albeit small, collection of sports cars on the planet. Each one of these cars we listed is remarkable in its own right. What are your thoughts on them? Thanks for watching.